What's up, YouTube? This is TJ, the Holistic Life Coach. Today, I just want to talk about how meditation has improved my life so much. I'll talk about my journey with meditation. So, my journey began when I was a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints. I went out to Idaho and I met a really good spiritual teacher and friend of mine. And one thing she told me is if I wanted to start spiritually progressing faster and be more in tune and more aware, then I could start meditating. So I began that evening, I began sitting in my apartment in the dark. I began paying attention to my breath, in, out, and I couldn't do it. I got so frustrated. And honestly, I gave up after the first few times of trying. And I picked it up again about a year ago, and I started getting really into it. And I've had such profound experiences since starting again and really beginning to improve my concentration more to be able to do it. So, what is meditation? Meditation is simply the practice of doing something where your mind reaches a one-pointedness awareness, where your mind is focused on only one thing. Because, as Tony Robbins always says, where our focus goes, our energy flows. So, when we're able to put our focus onto one thing instead of this thought, this thought, this thought, this thought, and being constantly squirrel-minded, especially with social media and different things, but when we're able to achieve this one-pointedness, and it helps us to feel our intuition, our inner self, our soul, higher self, whatever you want to call it, it's all the same thing. And so when we meditate, we're able to relax, and it's almost like a breaking point for our brain. It's so used to picking out different things all the time to help us survive or help us be happy or whatever the brain wants to call it and says it'll do for us. But our brain is an amazing tool, but sometimes it's going to be a bit overkill. And so meditation helps it to calm down, it helps it to relax, and it helps us to be more intuitive and be more aware of different things, because when our focus is always on our brain and always on the different thoughts that are going around and putting us in circles every single day, when we're not so constantly caught up in our thoughts, then we're able to be more in tune with everything else that's going on within us. So, you might ask, how has meditation personally improved my own life? Well, one thing it's done is it helped my concentration. I like most of other people right now with the way our technology is going, the way our brains work, is I'm a pretty squirrel-minded person. It's hard for me to focus on one thing and to really enjoy that one thing before I'm turned to something else. My attention goes from here and there and here and there. But one thing meditation does help anyone to do is to improve your focus, because of course you're improving your focus by focusing on one thing only and quieting your mind. So more concentration is a beautiful thing. Obviously it helps with relationships, helps with people, helps with your work, whatever it is you do. Focus is huge. It's really nice to have a good focus. Another thing helps me to do is it helps me with anxiety. Anxiety oftentimes comes from us identifying with our thoughts. So for example, I get a thought, TJ, you're not that great, you're not good enough, you're probably not going to succeed in making this YouTube video, your YouTube channel will never succeed and it'll be trash. Those are thoughts. Those are not things that have actually happened, or there are things that could happen, but they haven't happened. And those are just thoughts I'm having in my brain. And so if I identify those and say, oh, I am trash, it's not going to succeed, then that's what I'm going to attract from the universe, is unsuccess. Our brain is constantly giving us thoughts, and one mistake that we as humans make is we identify with these. And so, of course, when we do this, that causes anxiety, it causes fear, it causes different things, it causes us not to succeed and do what we truly want to do. So being able to have my consciousness not as identified with my thoughts is huge, because as human beings, we get bad thoughts, we get good thoughts, thoughts we don't want, thoughts we do want, and it's up to us. It's like a food menu. We choose what thoughts we want to use and what we don't want to use. And it's hard to do that. So meditation is huge with helping us over things such as depression, anxiety, because it helps us to not identify with those things as much. Or in other words, it helps you to see your issues, your anxieties, your depression, your fears in a new way, with a new way of consciousness, a new level of awareness that you didn't have before. I think those are the biggest things that meditation has helped me to do. Is I'm more of an aware person. I can't say I'm anxiety free, I'm not depression free, and I always have my own trials like everyone else. But meditation helps me to see those things in a new light that I didn't see before. So that's how meditation has helped me in my life. It's helped me to not identify with my thoughts. It's helped me to focus more and concentrate more. With that, I also wanted to add is it's also given me profound experiences, very mystical spiritual experiences. When you meditate, and if you do it for long enough and your brain is at a certain wavelength, we could say, you will start to dream. And as you focus and you work on concentration and you work on your meditation practice, you may be able to lucid dream or to at least just be aware of your dreams and watch them go by. That we could call visions, or we can just call them dreams. Either way, it's the same thing. It's the same thing happening to all of us. But to me, I like to see it as a dream, and it's also spiritual vision. And I love and I enjoy it. I've had times where I've had very profound experiences as I've meditated and been able to see things my subconscious mind was able to bring up for me. And I wouldn't have been able to do that. I would have just fallen asleep if I hadn't had the right awareness. Then that also brings in lucid dreaming. I've been able to lucid dream more with my increased awareness and my focus, because when you go to sleep, you're easily caught in your dreams, just like you're easily caught in your thoughts. But when you have that single-mindedness and the intention to lucid dream or to even astral project, then you're able to accomplish that with a one-pointedness of mind. And so, of course, I've also had a very profound experience with astral projection. Now, lucid dreaming and astral projection can be very difficult if you haven't practiced focus and concentration. But those are experiences I have had, and hopefully I have more as I go on. So that was all I wanted to share with you guys today. I want to share with you guys the benefits of meditation and how it's helped me in my life and how it could potentially help you guys in your lives. I promise you, with the practice of meditation, that you will see increases of different things such as awareness and benefits that you may not have had before. I love you guys. Please follow, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel, whatever you want to say, go and let me know. I do appreciate everyone. Thank you. We'll see ya.